What's up, guys? It's Vykkë Sixx. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on my debut. Happy 420 to those of you who are celebrating, and for those of you who are actually watching this on 420. And to everybody else, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'm so excited to see you guys coming along for the journey. Before we dive into it, I do want to give you guys a little bit of background on me and give you guys a little bit of an understanding as to what this channel is going to be about and why I created it. So, my name's Vic. I am an artist. I am a makeup artist. I am a visual artist. I am a model. I love to act, things like that. I'm very creative. I love writing poetry. And I'm always changing. I'm always trying to do something different, trying to learn a new skill. And for the majority of my life, I have spent a lot of time focusing on other people and other people's feelings and, how to improve the mind state of the people around me as well as improve the mind state of myself. And so that being said, I just really finally decided that I was going to take to the internet and I was going to give it my best shot to inspire and to grow and to learn. I've been wanting to start this channel or one like it for a while, and I frankly just never had the equipment, number one, and number two, I never had the confidence. I kept telling myself that there were so many other makeup artists, and visual art doesn't get the exposure that makeup art does, and this and that and a million other excuses as to why this wasn't going to work and why this was played out and why this was, not something that was going to be worth my time. And finally, I just stopped fooling myself and I said, you know what? These YouTube influencers are really making an impact on people. Basically, I was just concerned with what that's teaching our society and what's that's teaching our children and what's that teaching us, what are we being exposed to? And so I decided that I wanted to add to the constant exposure that we do experience on a day-to-day basis, but I wanted to bring something a little bit more positive and a little bit more upbeat. I wanted to be in a market that was focused on external skin-deep beauty, that was focused on hair and nails and, the perfect makeup and the perfect eyes and the perfect eyebrows. And I wanted to penetrate a space geared towards a specific way of thinking and then change it. So the entire motivation behind this channel is motivation. It is inspiration. It is conversation. It is knowledge. It is learning. It is exchange. It is energy. The entire goal here is to inspire you to do something new, inspire you to do something bold. That being said, I really am trying to keep it interactive. I want to talk about things that are going on in your lives. I want to talk about things that you're struggling with. I want to talk about things that maybe you don't understand, or things that maybe you're learning, or things that I don't understand that I really want to make this a very intuitive, controversial channel. I want to create a very open and free space. I want everybody to feel confident sharing their thoughts and sharing their ideas and sharing their experiences via my channel, as well as my social media platforms like my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. All of the links are going to be down below as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow me and participate in the looks that I'm doing, in the drawings or the customizations that I'm doing for my channel, go ahead and follow those as well. To kick things off, I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time and I really appreciate your energy. I know that with everything going on right now, it is a little bit scary to be in the position that we're all in, but I know that things are going to improve, and when we come out of this, we will be slingshot into a world of magnificence. So thank you guys again so much for being here. I'm so excited to share this with you. Every product used in this look was listed at the very beginning of the video. If you have any questions on where to get them, go ahead and leave it in the comments. You can actually buy every single product at Ulta Beauty or at ultabeauty.com, as well as from individual retailers. I think Amazon sells a lot of them as well. If I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. This channel is about you, so I want to make sure that you guys are all getting what you hope for when you come to my channel. I hope that I can inspire you, and I hope that I can teach you, and I hope that I can help you to accomplish the looks that I'm doing and to accomplish the drawings that I'm creating, and to inspire you to challenge yourself and your own goals, and to challenge yourself in your own skills, your own talents, and see what you can cultivate. When I officially decided to just take the leap and start the channel, I actually faced a lot of difficulty because I had no idea what I was doing. I barely even knew how the camera that I was using worked. I had no idea how to upload, how to edit. I didn't know how to record audio. I didn't know how to time lapse. I didn't know how to do any of it, any of the things that I was trying to do with my channel. I knew that I could do my makeup, but I'd never challenged myself in the ways that I did when I made this video. This was by far the most intense and the most challenging look that I'd ever done. And it was the very first look that I decided to do for this video. So, with that being said, I decided that I was going to go ahead and express the way that that made me feel. So, the audio content today is going to be in regards to first steps, and in regards to, even though it may be scary when you take your first steps, it's definitely going to be worth leaping forward, and it's definitely going to be worth starting bold. Most of us don't remember what it was actually like taking your first steps as a baby, as a child. Can you imagine how scary that probably was? Don't you think that your mind was probably going a million miles an hour in your adolescence, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so high up. What am I doing? How do I stand? These wiggly things aren't going to work. Looking back on it now, it probably sounds silly. But I bet if you could go back to that time, and if you could feel that again, and if you could remember how it felt, it would be very scary. It would be very intimidating to be standing for the first time on two legs. When your entire life you'd been used to being held, you'd been used to crawling. No more than 6 inches up, all limbs on the ground, you're good to go. Now all of a sudden, you're being asked to stand. You're being asked to tower over everything that you've ever known. It's gotta be intimidating. That's gotta be scary. I think that's where a lot of our anxiety stems from. I think that we feel this same fear every time we try to do something new. Every time we consider changing up something that makes us comfortable. Every time we think about leaving that toxic relationship. Every time that we think about getting a new job or moving states, moving countries, signing up for the military, going to college. Every time that we are faced with these very large, very life-changing decisions, we feel this sense of anxiety. We feel this sense of fear of what's going to happen next. I don't have any idea how to start this. I don't have any idea what steps to take. I don't even know where to begin thinking about how to get this started. And I think that that's where a lot of people run into problems, is because they sit here and they talk themselves down and they talk themselves out of it, and they come up with a million reasons as to why it's not going to work in their heads versus just learning how to make it work. So many people get caught up in the fear of failure and get caught up in the fear of change and get caught up in the fear of disaster that they don't even allow themselves to give it their best shot. They don't even allow the universe to take control. They don't even allow the opportunity for something amazing to happen because they're so afraid of messing it up, or they're so afraid of not learning fast enough. The fact of the matter is that fear is never going to go away. You're never going to feel confident doing something you've never done before. You're never going to feel confident living somewhere you've never lived before. That's just not how it works. You have to feel this anxiety. You have to prepare. Something that also probably goes without saying is that failure is inevitable. Okay, there's absolutely 0% chance that you are ever going to do something for the very first time and be 100% successful at it. I'm just letting you know right now. You probably already know that because you've been trying and failing at things for the entirety of your life, but you might be like I was for a period of time and think, well, if I can't be a master at it in 5 tries, then I don't want to do it. Well, if it's going to take me 6 weeks to finish that project, then I don't want to do it. But you know what I realized? Is it's those projects that take you hours and days and weeks. It's those projects that take you 7 different tries and 400 different color matches and 100 different things that go wrong. Those are the projects that change you. Those are the projects that challenge you. Those are the projects that build you and that define you. Those are the projects that get you past the threshold to where you can create better content, to where you can create better art, so that you can create better work, so that you can be in a much more confident mental state every time that you go into doing this thing. All too often we let other people's opinions and personal values on our work define the way that we feel about our work, define the way that we choose to express our work. And I think that that is really sad. I think that there's way too many people who need a challenge and who need somebody to say, hey, do you think you can do this? Do you think you can pull this off? Before they actually are willing to give themselves that opportunity and to really take it for what it's worth. I think that oftentimes we crave and need, in a sense, external approval. We have a great idea, but we're not going to go through with it until we've told all our friends and we've told our parents and we've told our siblings and we've told the entire world and truly asked if it's a good idea and truly asked if this is something that we should pursue. And I think that that is, in a sense, unhealthy because we don't have the value in our own minds of what we're actually worth and of what we actually bring to the table. I think that's where a very strong sense of individuality comes in very handy. I think that everybody's built with their own intuition. Everybody has their own skills. Everybody is given these specific talents and these specific passions and these specific dreams. I don't believe that there's one single person that is here for no reason. I think that everybody has dreams that match up with talents, that match up with goals, that match up with ideas that carry them through the entirety of their lives. I believe that we all have a very significant purpose, and I think that the more that you hone in on what your soul is telling you and the more that you listen to your intuition and the more that you truly follow your heart and just trust yourself and trust the time that it's going to take to be successful at a skill, the happier and more fulfilled you're going to feel. There's this book by Malcolm Gladwell called The Outliers, and he mentions the idea that it takes approximately 10,000 hours or more to become a master of something, which, if broken down into 8-hour days, is about 10 years. So, that being said, it takes roughly 10 years to be a master at anything. That was something that really struck me because it kind of got me out of this mentality that everything needed to happen right now, that everything needed to happen right this second, right here in my current mind state, right here in my current position in life, right here in my current city and business. It made me realize that the time is going to pass regardless. Whether I choose to do something productive with it, whether I choose to learn this skill, whether I choose to take the time and put it into my dream, put it into something that I truly do want to accomplish or not. Whether I want to waste my time away working for a corporate job that doesn't care how I feel. What am I going to do with this? This time is disappearing no matter what I choose to do with it, regardless of if I'm being productive or if I'm improving myself or otherwise. I made a decision at the beginning of this year that I was going to start something and I was going to do it every single day for the entire year. And at the end of the year, I was probably only going to be better at it. I've been working on it consistently, and it was the first thing that I decided to do this year that was that consistent. This channel is a second. This channel is another outlet and another way for me to really truly express myself and really truly express what I believe is going to be, to some extent, enlightening or encouraging. Recently, I've really started to value my time, and I've started to value the things that I'm doing with it, and I've started to consider what a waste of time truly is. I think all too often we get caught up worrying about, oh, well, is this going to gratify me right now? Is this going to make me any money? Is this going to accomplish anything for my life right now? And I think that, yes, that is an important mentality to have. However, I believe that it is way too narrow-minded. I think that if you focus only on now or within the next 2 years or even the next 4 years or even the next 6 years, you're thinking too small. You're not giving yourself the absolute most amount of time to master the skills that you have to really become the greatest that you can be at this specific thing or at these specific things. With that, you must practice patience. That's something that has been quite a challenge for me in recent years, is being patient with the process and understanding that I am not in control. I have a very, very significant role in the way that my life is going. However, I am not in complete control. My circumstance is not one that I can do anything about. So, I will make the best of what I have. I will use my time as wisely as possible. And I will make sure that At any point that I can, I am learning. And at any point that I can, I am growing. And at any point that I can, I am discovering. There are many things around us that drive us. There are many things around us that distract us. But I think that human beings are much deeper and more spiritual beings than we like to generally talk about. I think that we have a much deeper connection to the universe and to our souls and to our level of consciousness. And I think that if we really want to feel a true level of fulfillment throughout our lifetime, we have to listen to our intuition, and we have to listen to our soul, and we have to listen to our heart when it tells us where to go, and it gives us our dreams, it gives us our talents. We have to look at the universe and at our God and say, what is the purpose? What am I doing here? Why do I have these visions of grandeur? Why do I want so much more? It's because you were made for more. It's because you were meant for more. It's because the universe is craving you. The universe is wondering where you've been because it's over here with a podium with your name on it, because you were meant to accomplish these things, and you were meant to do these things, and you were meant to be grand. And here you are distracting yourself with things like alcohol and things like drugs and things like money and things like a day job. And I understand the necessity. Please don't misunderstand me. I get it. But what I'm saying is that if you hone in on the things that are coming from within you, if you hone in on your passions, if you realize that these things are a part of you for a reason, because they're your destiny, because it's a part of your soul, it's a part of your mission, it's the entire reason why you're here. If you pay attention to your passions this way and you cultivate them no matter what, if you start today and you do it every single day for a year, even less, if you do it every day for 6 months, if you do it every day for 4 months, you will be so much further than you will if you don't. Spend 30 minutes learning something about this goal that you have, taking a first step, doing some research. Sometimes we don't know where to start. Often we don't know what we don't know. So if you're going into something completely new and completely blind, it's okay to start slow, but be consistent. Have that tenacity. Don't give up. Don't give yourself 5 tries and say it's not worth it. If you come back to it every night, if you dream about it, if you think about whatever it may be, being a millionaire, being an artist, being famous, being an author, being a chef, be whatever your passion lies, wherever your soul is, feed into that. That's the only thing that's going to fulfill you. That's the only thing that's going to make you feel satisfied with any life you live, any amount of money, any household item, any tangible thing you'll be content with. Need not, want not, because you'll have everything within you and you'll know that. You'll know exactly what your soul is feeding off of, and you'll be able to continue to nurture your body, continue to nurture your mind based off of the simple fact that you chose to follow your passion. You chose to follow your talents. Cultivate the things that you're good at. If there's things you want to be and you want to be good at and you want to learn that you don't know yet, learn. But if you have skills, if you have things that you already know and you're already good at and you're already cultivating, continue. You've got an entire lifetime. You've got at least 80 years, let's say, assuming you live a good, long, fruitful life. You have 80 years. So if you plan on mastering one thing per decade, you can be a master of 8 different things throughout your lifetime. Most people only focus on 1 or 2. When I was young, I always had very big dreams. I always wanted to be a master at everything, and I wanted to be good at everything, and I wanted to be known for everything. And people would always tell me, you just be good at one thing. Pick one thing that you really want to be known for, that you really want to master, and master it. Dedicate your entire life to it. Dedicate all of your time. And I could never, for some reason, grasp that idea. I always wanted more. I always wanted to be good at many things, and I always wanted to have many different revenue streams, and I always wanted to be known for many different things. I'm not really sure what it was that hit me, but one day I just decided, you know what? I want to cultivate all of these skills. I want to create a very prominent inspirational channel. I want to create a very motivational aspect to a market that's normally not this way. And I decided I would start. And that's the entire focus for the entire channel. That's the whole reason why this is a perfect starting point for me, is because this is what it's all about. Starting, learning, discovering, figuring out what it is that drives you and what it is that motivates you, what it is that ignites you, and then finding a way to express that to everyone around you and finding a way to cultivate that throughout the entirety of your life. And that's really just the focus for today, guys. I just really wanted to put some positive energy out there towards starting new things and towards going big or going home. Really choosing to be bold and really choosing to be unapologetic. I always say that you should never apologize for your feelings. So if you feel like there's something that you should be doing or there's something that you want to try, you should do it. You should stop asking questions. You should stop searching for approval. You should stop hoping that somebody's going to push you all the way up the hill. So go out there and try it and learn and discover and mess it up and be excited to try it again and be excited to improve. That's where success comes from, is the excitement that comes from failure. That's all it is. It's just persistence. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching and for joining me today. I really appreciate your time and I really appreciate your energy. With that, I hope that you guys go out and you try something new with all of this free time that you've got, or that you pick up something that maybe you have put down out of discouragement. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your week, and I can't wait to see you guys on Friday. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like what I'm about, go ahead and subscribe. Find me on my Instagram. This look here is the next look that I will be doing, something a little bit more subtle, using only the Morphe F18 palette. So if you guys are excited about that, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I will be putting another full description of all the products used. The next topic is going to be music and the way that the music around us tends to influence our way of thinking, as well as other forms of media. That's all I've got for today. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and sharing your energy with me. Thank you guys so much for your support. I cannot wait to see you guys on Friday. Until then, sending peace, love, and creativity. Vykkë Sixx out.